I think we have a joy deficit in the world today, and maybe you yourself feel that joy deficit. There's not enough joy in your life. Well, we people, as we turn to the Lord, we want to know better what it means to have a joy-filled life. And so we do that. We look at the scriptures and we ask the question, how can I have a more joyful life? How can I experience more joy? And I'm looking at the Psalms this morning, and I see Psalm 30 verse 5 says that weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes in the morning. Well, why did David, the author of this psalm, experience joy? Well, he went from pain and suffering to dancing, essentially. He says here at the very beginning, I will extol you, Lord, for you have drawn me up and not let my foes rejoice over me. O Lord, my God, I cried to you for help, and you've healed me. You've brought me up from the base of hell. You've restored me to life from among those who go down to the pit. You see, David experienced joy because he trusted the Lord. He longed to see Jesus more clearly. And let me just say this, I know that there are moments in your life where you want more joy. And what we often do as people, what I do is I grasp for things that won't fill up and make me joyful. They won't fill me up. They'll, in fact, just leave me wanting more. And those are the things that we often reach for, whatever it is, whether it's eating or sleeping or drinking or relationships or family or jobs or family endeavors, vacations. So what we find is that those things bring us happiness, but our joy doesn't necessarily change because we try to fill our lives with those things. And that's the common American experience, is that if you want happiness, then you seek something that is, it's sort of like a consumptive, you consume something, you buy something. And what we see that the Bible shows us is that, in fact, joy does not come from something that you consume. It comes from someone, and that person is Jesus. In fact, the very bottom of this text, while weeping may tarry for the night, joy comes in the morning. Here's how David leaves this psalm. He says, you've turned for me my mourning into dancing. You've loosed my sackcloth and clothed me with gladness, that my glory, that is my joy, my worship, my glory may sing your praise and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give thanks to you forever. You see, God transformed David's mourning into dancing. He rescued him, and David was so grateful to the Lord that he couldn't remain silent. And you see, there's the sort of the double joy there, that real joy in Jesus is contagious. It's something that we as Christians especially want to express for the world to hear. And that's what I want to communicate this morning as you listen or watch this through your email or on Facebook. There are ways that you too can spread joy by singing, by speaking of your gratitude for the way that God has sustained you, even in this difficult moment. And so He indeed can bring for you joy in the morning.